Alright guys, welcome back to TVD Reviews. Today's review is of the Smok Mag Grip Kit. It's the single battery, it's the 21700, the 2700 and the 18650. We're going to go down, have a quick look around the mod, around the tank, come back up, give you my final thoughts. Let's do this. Pow pow. So what we got is obviously the picture of the device, the brand, which is obviously Smok, the colour, which is black and red, Mag Grip Kit, 21700, 2700, single battery with max 100 watt. Does take 18650 on the side. You got your scratch and sniff, a bit of detail about Smok itself, the barcode, top nothing, other side the two coils, the baby V2S1 which is pre-installed, which is a mesh coil, and the baby V2S2 which is a quadruple coil. Obviously it tells you on both the ohms are 0.15. Best for the mesh coil is 40 to 80 watt, best is 60 to 70 watt, and the V2S2 which is your quadruple coil is 30 to 70 watt, best they say 45 to 60 watt. On the bottom nothing. On the back I'll zoom in so you can see the description if you're into that kind of thing. And then obviously you got your warnings, no under 18s, don't vape because you'll get pregnant apparently, don't vape in a bin, you see and all that lot. Obviously this is an imported one, it's not retailed, courtesy of Smok themselves. Let me take the sleeve off. You get your normal Smok top of box, obviously just Smok branded, nothing on it either side. On the bottom again it's just basically the warning logos and designed by Smok with a website made in China. So take that apart and then we are greeted with the device. I'll put that to one side a second. Obviously you do get your Uncle Ben's rice, don't eat it. Take the top felt off. You do get your QA pass with your barcode for the, I think it's the Smok Tour app, I think it is. This we're not seeing much of lately. It's the battery safety guide, basically saying if you've got a tear in your battery wraps, don't use it, which quite a few companies have stopped doing this, which is a bit of a downfall. And then you've got your manual, basically just telling you how to use it and certain things like that. As I said, this is a kit, so you do get your tank, you get a bag of goodies, and the tank's rolling around, it doesn't like standing up. Get a bag of goodies which is just O-rings and the fill port grommet. You get a USB, you get your spare glass, and you get your spare coil, which I can't get out but you can see it in the box just there. Put that to one side, we'll have a look at the tank first. Now the tank is the TF-V8, I do believe, version 2. Is that what they're calling it now? TF-V8 Baby V2. Which, yeah, about time they changed the whole TF line, in my opinion. You do have a button on the top, just there. Press that and it slides open to fill it. They have got rid of the rubber grommet from being on the actual top deck, if you like. It's now inserted in the spinny lid bit, which is quite loose and quite clicky. Drip tip is a yeah, that one is a stupid drip tip design, because You can't change the drip tip. It's all bedded in by the look of it. Yeah, it's milled into the actual deck. I don't know if the camera's picking that up. It's milled into the actual deck. So there's no way of taking that out, which I think is a bit of a stupid design, because not everyone likes the standard drip tips on certain devices. On the bottom, designed by Smok, don't vape in a bin, no serial number, nothing. Obviously this does come with a bubble glass on it. The other glass is a straight glass, and this is the same problem as what I had when I was taking it apart earlier. If you're not careful, you end up pressing that top bit, so the top latch comes undone, which we'll talk about at the top. Obviously you got your bubble glass. Now your bubble glass holds, if memory serves, I think it was 5mm. Not 100% sure on that one. I think it was 5mm. Obviously your coil, that is the mesh coil. It's quite a big circular port on that coil. The cotton doesn't look that well in it, to be honest. It could have been a little bit better, in my opinion. Obviously, nope, that's not even going to come off either. This is the problem I've had with Smok as a company. The coils straight from the company are literally that tight, pressed in. It's hard to get out. Obviously that's just your plain old deck. That's your coil, which the coils now are not as cylinder as they used to be. It's all diamondy cut look type of thing. Obviously you've got your cotton there. As I said, if the camera's going to pick up the mesh inside. That does come installed. The other coil, as I said, it's a quadruple coil. Put that to one side. Have a quick look at the mod now. I've already put a battery in this, obviously. The silver button on the side. You just press it and it comes out. Hopefully I can zoom out a bit more. There you go. So the mag itself, or the cartridge if you like, does take 18650, 20700 and 21700. Comes with a sleeve for the 18650, which is alright. Branded Smok, it does tell you negative down, positive up. On the bottom of the cartridge you get the CE, don't vape in the bin, designed by Smok, with hardly any battery ventilation, which is surprising on that one. It's just literally like a plain deck type of thing. There's just no ventilation. So put that back together, and you just press it. Smok comes on. I'll zoom in for the screen on this one. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Turn it on. Mag Grip version 1.07. Get the option to choose 18650 or 21700. Obviously I've got 18650 in here. So, you know, 1, 2, 3, and that's your mode, and puff counter, settings, power, and back into your mode. So you go into the mode, you hold the trigger in to select. So you got wattage mode, TI mode, NI 200 steel, and then back to wattage. So click on that, and then you got your strength, which is your normal, hard, soft. 1, 2, 3. Onto the puff counter, settings. Hold that down. You can go stealth, change the contrast, which is on 100% now. So take that all the way down, and it goes down to 10. So just so you know, but it hasn't actually changed on the contrast, which is a bit of a weird thing. Especially when you think 100 is the brightest and it hasn't actually changed, which I think is a bit of a fail. 1, 2, 3. Puff counter settings, and then obviously your power. So have a look at the puffs. There you go, 7 max puffs. I've already cleaned this once or twice, just like that. As I said, it's a 100 watt mod, so you just hold it down. That's quite a quick circulation. Obviously 18650 only goes up to 85 watt, which if I get the 21700, I'll change that over, just so you know that I'm not telling fibs. There you go. It's kind of picking up 21700. Positive down, negative down, positive up. And you just put it in. Wait for the click. Move this to one side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait for it to turn on and boot up and everything. 21700. Hold that down. So it starts off with 1 wattage, and it goes all out. It's quite a quick scrolling for the wattage, but it doesn't round robin, so it's up to you what you decide to do. On the screen, obviously, you've got your wattage, your battery indicator. If you got it in soft, medium, or normal. Your ohms, your volts, and the second counter. So if you're vaping for like 3 seconds, it will show up there. Obviously, it won't tell me because I haven't got the tank on there. But yeah, that's about it. So all in all, it is quite a nice mod. But we'll go back up top now and we'll talk about it, see what I think, my thoughts and everything else. So I'll see you in a sec. So what do I think? The coils, now obviously this comes with 2 coils. It comes with a mesh coil and it comes with the quad coil. Now the quad coil for me didn't really give much flavour. The mesh coil on the other hand did give a bit of flavour, not a lot of flavour like you would expect from other sub-ohm tanks, which is quite disappointing in my opinion. All in all, for the tank, I think they need to work on the coils a bit more. Personally, mod itself, comfy in the hand. It's one of the most comfiest mods I've had, to be honest. It just sits right in your hand. The tank does chuck clouds. As I said, the flavour is there on the mesh. Wasn't so much on the quad coil, but again, it's personal opinion and everything like that. Pros and cons. Biggest con. Drip tip. You can't put your own drip tips on there because that, as I showed you down below, that is actually milled into the top of the tank, which I think that's a big con. Personally, not a big fan of the drip tip either. The coils, not the greatest coils. Airflow, it's quite loud, which you could say is a bit of a con, to be honest. The whole filling mechanism, obviously you got your button there which you press in and then you twist. I do find this a bit hard to do. For me it doesn't line up properly, but yeah, it's a bit clicky. All in all, with the tank, I've got to be honest, and I do apologise, Smok, if you see this. The tank I'm not a big fan on. As I said, flavour is there to a certain degree on the mesh, not there on the quad. It does drink your juice, but then saying that, It's the way things are going now with sub-ohm tanks, whether it's stock coil or rebuildable. Some of them do drink more juice than the other. As for the mod, I really can't fault the mod at all. It's comfy in the hand. It's a lefty or a righty. The button to release the mag is simple, easy. Battery life. On an 18650 it sucked, and that was at 55 watt. On the 2700 it was a lot better, 21700. Now I don't know if it was the battery or if it's the mod, but I didn't get as much battery life out of the 21700 than I did out of the 2700. But again, I don't know if that's down to the firmware or if that's down to the actual battery. I have ordered new batteries just to run alongside the other batteries I've been using. The major problem I've got with this mod is on the USB side, just there where the mag goes in. It's just there and just there. It's a bit sharp, but I think the major problem I've got with it, and I think I said it down below, there's no ventilation for the batteries down below. Nothing on the actual mag itself. I think I did show you down below, but if I didn't, I'm going to show you now. There's literally no type of ventilation for the battery whatsoever on the outside or on the inside, which I don't think's right at all. But again, that's my opinion. Everyone's opinion varies. But all in all, I think this is... I'm going to go out on a limb here and I'm going to say how it is. Personally for me, I do honestly think this is one of the better mods that they've released over the last 12 to 24 months. It's different to like the Alien and or the other mods. Obviously the shape of it is different. The screen is easy to navigate through if the camera's picking that up. Nice and bright. As I said, lefty or righty, the screen shows up on both, so you're not blocking it either way, which I think is a bonus. Whereas on other devices that I've done, the screen's been on the front, so it all depends. But all in all, I'd say it's a good mod. Now, I don't rate mods and I don't rate tanks, so I don't go down that line. But I'd say it's one of the best devices they've released recently. I'll put it that way. The colour combo, red and black, obviously Man United fan, so that to me is a bonus. I do like that colour combo. Just come in other colours, blue, red and black, so basically the opposite way around. So that a full on red, a full on black, a chrome, which the chrome in my opinion is just vile. I don't like chrome mods, but that again, that's my personal opinion. But all in all, I can't fault the mod itself. It's worked. I've tried it at different wattage. I've tried it with RDAs, RDTAs, every type of thing. I've tried it with mouth to lung, and it holds up pretty well. It's just the actual Smok tank itself. Now, I said it down below, and I'm going to say it again. Smok, if you do watch this, and again, this isn't a problem with me against you, but you need to scrap the TFV8. Well, you need to scrap the TFV range on tanks. It's getting a bit old, a bit dated. For a company of your stature in the vape scene or in the vape community, you could do so much more than have the TFV8, the TFV4, the TFV12. This is like the TFV8 Series 2 or version 2 or something like that, which, to be honest, I find it more boring having the same TF line. So maybe that's something you could look at. The mod itself, you've changed the mod up, which I think is great. It's better than like the Aliens and stuff like that. But I think it's now time that you worked on your tanks and just scrap the TFV range completely and come up with something new. But that, again, that's my opinion. But yeah, if you like what you're seeing, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't liked what you're seeing, give me a thumbs down. If you want to see more reviews or videos or content that's coming, give me a subscribe or don't. Totally up to you. But I've been TBD. Till the next one, take it easy.